Welcome back to today's live stream here on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, everywhere all at once. This is the first time I'm trying streaming on all 4 platforms all at once. This is kind of odd. Welcome to the Annual Project. We just finished the first of 2 live streams today. Well, actually I should say 4 because I did some testing, but those are, kind of miscellaneous. Testing some logistics like a Bluetooth speaker. So really the 2 planned streams were one on blankets, which I covered on the previous one on my channel. You can check it out, but I'm just going to show you on the left hand side here. There's 2 blankets here, right? You can see even on the preview before the channel started. 1, 2, right? So these are 2 blankets, like I said, they're from when I was a kid. One's got Godzilla on it, and the other one's just a blue plaid blanket. And I would say that roughly speaking, sorry, it's shaking a little bit. Okay, I would say that these are things that I'm gonna keep, and they are good souvenirs of mine that even though, a very broken family dynamic, as I always say, but always have to show gratitude and be appreciative for the caregivers for providing the basic necessities of life: food, shelter, water, clothing, and warmth. So they tried, and I want to, dedicate that to my guardians, my caregivers. So moving on, that was the first stream. The second live stream right here, you take a look in the title. What does it say? Well, happy birthday. Not to me. This is to my colleague who actually has been more of a father to me than either of my guardians combined, unfortunately, in terms of emotional and intellectual development. My guardians have been mostly, providing the bread and butter of my life all the time through, well, let's just say some very difficult means. And as a result, they were very poor role models. In fact, they would scream, argue, and beat and kick me and each other out of the house and shit like that. And we're not going to get too deep into that, but financial matters always tend to break down relationships, and unfortunately that happened. And so did health. I didn't realize that they had such serious issues with that too. So with that being said, this colleague of mine, who I've known for the past 3 years maybe, has been more of a father to me, I suppose. And that's hard, that's rough to say that, man. That's not anything you want to experience, but it's true. I had to raise myself up in terms of growing up. So this time I have someone on the outside who's like a father to me, and I'm like, whoa, shit, that's what it's like, huh? And I can say that safely. I've actually learned quite a bit from him, because he's obviously taught me a lot about what a proper family looks like. He has his own kids, 2 daughters, and his wife, and they work in the same company that I'm working at right now, manufacturing, protective equipment, shit like that. And I'm not going to say too much more than that. I want to keep things fairly confidential and private. So that's about it. That's a synopsis there, right? So this family man and his wife, very, I would say they should be very proud parents. I think my opinion on them, they should be proud parents. And it was his birthday yesterday. So long story short, birthday boy or birthday man, and we always crack jokes like that. So he had this thing here. So the first happy birthday, I'm going to abbreviate his name by SV. He basically, his wife cooked up a batch of something. If you are Sri Lankan or Indian, you know what this is. Murukku. It's like a crispy, it's a very tasty, savory, and spicy treat. I like to say it's the equivalent of like really crispy, spicy French fries, except it's not. That's the Western diet, right? So if you move over to junk food or junk food snacks over to the sort of Indian, Sri Lankan sort of lifestyle, I'm not saying the Indian and Sri Lanka are the same, all right? just get that straightforward, all right? That's like saying Korea and Hong Kong are the same. They're not, all right? I'm just saying, but you both have murukku, and so they have this spicy, savory treat, and it's really, really tasty. And so his wife cooked up a batch of. One was you can see this orange one is spicy. It has coriander, cayenne pepper, and it's very spicy and savory. kind of like French fries, and then you got and salty, and then you got this kind of lighter yellowish one, and that one is sweeter. It's a lot sweeter. It's sweet and sugary. So it's a treat, okay. And that was his birthday thing, and I ate most of it. I have a little sample here in a plastic bag. I'm pretty sure the plastic bag comes from my workplace. So since this is a gift, a little treat from my colleague, who again has treated me almost like he's taken me under his wing. In a lot of ways, he's like my uncle or extended godfather in a sort of sense. And I always appreciate him for having been a part of my life, as well as his wife and all my colleagues at the workplace anyway. So these are class 4 items. Class 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Class 1 I purchased myself. Class 2 for my guardians. Class 3 are garbage items, and class 4 are for my friends, colleagues, boss, fellow volunteers that I volunteer with. So this is a class 4 item. So roughly about, I think, 4 servings of food and a plastic bag. Moving on, we have now the second group of items. So at the end of this title, you can see it says milk tea. It doesn't spell it out, it's just emojis. I wanted to do something that was a little bit interesting, but honestly, it probably looks like spam to you, so I wouldn't blame you if no one's watching. But it's milk tea, the milk emoji and the tea emoji. I'm so clever, right? Haha. Now there we go. So what happened is I was late for work yesterday, so I went in the morning and dropped by a Chinese bakery, because I'm like that, and it's a very nice, simple Hongkong, it's like just a Hong Kong style. And I speak Cantonese. So we went to there, and it's a very family, traditional atmosphere, very nice. I always like to go drop by there when I'm really late and just pick up some food, use it as an excuse. So I got some Hong Kong style milk tea, and then I had this pastry, winter melon pastry, and what is this? This is ham and green onion bun. I know that doesn't sound too appealing. If you're not Chinese, you don't know what that tastes like, you should try it out. And then I had also a raisin bun. So it's just like a bunch of pastries, like bun and a pastry and milk tea. And now I have this. Now I didn't add sugar, obviously, because there are cookies here, so why do I need sugar? So this is I want to try this box of sugar. Box of sugar. It is a box of sugar. Cookies are just boxes of sugar. I want to try it out. Usually when I say I tried something else, it's a food sample item. It means that basically I buy it once and I don't buy it ever again unless I find that it's really, really tasty. So I'll put this down to the side and say that's it. So we have roughly about, if you count all the plastic packaging here, like the plastic box, plastic packaging, roughly about 12, I believe I counted 12 parts of items, plus the servings, individual servings. But it's really just 5 items purchased together. And of course, they also gave me this bag, this plastic bag. So it came with that. So overall, that including the birthday gift from my colleague, who's really like my godfather, together it's like maybe 17 parts of items and maybe about 8 items in whole. So that's what came in and out in a single day. Not too much, I would say. In terms of physical items, again, so far on the hour project, I've put on the back burner anything that's been abstract. I'm supposed to cover relationships and skills and knowledge and resources and links and social media and news and stuff like that. But I put that on the back burner so far because this is more important right now. I had to cover all the physical objects in life, material items, as opposed to the more abstract stuff, because there's just so much that I had to deal with right now. Like I said, Maslow's hierarchy, of basic needs for a human being. Food, water, shelter, clothing, and all that shit at the bottom serves the basic survival needs. I had to cover all the physical stuff first before I can start talking about more interesting stuff, despite this being very tedious. So with that being said, the analogy I like to use is say that this is like a business inventory check. So shipping and receiving, what comes in, what comes out. Well, this is the stuff I've consumed over the day, and that's the waste and the garbage that's going out. So I'm going to throw away when I'm done eating that into the garbage. That's it for this stream today. And, I'm going to end off the stream by saying, as usual, every time I stream, take home message. What's that? Take care of your health. Take care of yourself. Take care of your finances. And make sure that you are a strong, responsible, disciplined individual. And that's not me preaching. I'm just trying to say that's something I'm practicing on right now. That's why I have to say it. I'm practicing it. do it because, well, that's the only way you have anything of value to contribute to the people that you care about. If you're not someone capable of taking care of yourself, then how can you take care of the people that you love? So with that being said, that's the take-home message as usual. I don't compromise also anything I do on stream. I do it. I don't care if no one's watching. I'm doing this. There's like a time capsule. 30 years down the road, I'm gonna come here and watch it. I do what I like. I do what I want. I know that this is my way that of dealing with my problems and challenges in life, as well as reaching the things, the goals and aspirations I've set for myself. So as a result, I don't compromise what I do here for anybody else. And I hope that you share that same mentality with me and do what you want, do what you need to do. Are you trying to become the next civil engineer, the next, I don't know, pediatrician, the next family doctor? I don't know what you're going to do. Are you trying to get something really special for your spouse? You're working really hard right now on your business so that you can pay off what you need for the next travel, a surprise birthday for your, I don't know, your wife, your kids, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Do what you need to do to take care of them, and yeah, be a strong, disciplined individual. So that's it. This is the Animal Project. Thank you for tuning in. This is me saying that today's stream ends off this. Tomorrow we're going to continue off with the bed stuff. So most likely tomorrow morning, I'm going to cover mattresses, and that's going to be difficult because mattresses, that means it has to be in my room. There's no way in hell I can bring the mattresses down here into the dining room. That's just not practically feasible. So I'm going to do that in my room tomorrow morning. I think that's not definite, but that's what I have planned for tomorrow morning, I believe. But that being said, this is the Animal Project. Thank you for tuning in, my hypothetical imaginary viewers, or hope to see a better version of yourself, of all of you, as well as a better version, especially of myself, tomorrow morning. Arnold signing out. Ciao. Oh yeah, and I gotta work OT today, so overtime on Saturday. But what can you do? COVID-19.